Alright. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, says in live. Audio working? Let's see. Alright, it is. And the phone goes right back onto the charger now that I've checked that. Okay, come on. There we go. Nice. Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome to the finale of Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now, I say finale, but in December, I will be putting up one more episode of this in December because by pre-ordering the digital deluxe version of the game, you will get access to a special level that's going to release in December. So I'm going to be doing a whole episode on that. That's going to be a bonus. That's going to be a bonus episode. But as far as my main playthrough of the game, yeah, this is the finale. Last time we beat Methalis, and then made our way up here, and got through both acts of Radical Highway. So, didn't do good on either one of them, but honestly, I don't care because I don't like either of these two acts. So yeah. But it's time for the final boss. Devil Doom.
The time has come, Shadow.
Agreed. Time to sever this bond between us forever.
That thing on the lower half of his body, what is that supposed to be? It looks like a giant tumor. It's not a tumor! The moment I say something looks like a tumor, I always have to follow it up with, it's not a tumor! I don't know, that's just kind of ingrained in my mind. Yep. Yeah, it's going about as well as it did the first time I played.
You were made to serve my will. Now, join with me as you were made to do.
However long it takes to beat the boss is however long it takes.
Define them with your own hand. Yeah, did you think I wouldn't surpass you?
It's almost halfway. Nice! Halfway. So that's the checkpoint.
Perhaps I have underestimated your power. Perhaps I should actually start trying.
Hollow threats from a hollow monster. Too easy to do it.
This.
Ah!
No!
Okay, I wonder why that... why did it disappear? Nice. Okay. One more should do it for the first phase of the fight. And of course. There we go.
Take this!
Neo Devil Doom.
Splendid, Shadow. Truly splendid. You are truly my finest instrument. A testament to my bloodline. See yourself as what you really are.
I am nothing. I have surpassed you. Time to end this once and for all.
It's useless.
Go!
Surrender yourself. It's useless.
I can't seem to do any damage. I hate this. I legit hate this fight because I can never seem to do enough damage. And I can never time this right to hit all of them.
Go!
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, okay. Can I have a turn now, please? Can I please? have a turn to attack. Please.
Struggle all you want. It is meaningless.
Come on. Oh. Please, I'm almost halfway. Oh. Yes!
Control. Your future is already decided. We will be one.
I will not be stopped.
Here we go. Cutscene.
Deny what you are. We are one and the same.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog. This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this!
I crafted everything up till now. And yet, you deny me!
Right through his heart. Almost 7 minutes. Oh, I can't believe I actually managed to beat Neo Devil Doom first try. First time I played that. On my own time, it took me like an entire hour just to beat that. I kept restarting over. I kept retrying that part of the fight over
Nice
and over.
work. Perfect timing, too. Sonic is getting ready to confront the monster that trapped us here. If I'm going to switch the emeralds without him noticing, we have to do it now.
Very well. I leave it to you.
Okay, I'll take care of it. Aren't you coming? He might need your help.
I need to settle something first.
Whatever.
Whatever. For some reason, this Rouge sounded like a Valley girl in that moment. Whatever.
I knew you could do it.
Maria!
I'm okay. Really.
Oh!
Professor.
Oh no!
What's happening?
Without Black Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time and...
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you
Thumbnail.
again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria.
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't make Shadow cry. If he was going to cry, it would be in a situation like this. Oh, he has to say goodbye to them twice. He lost them once and now he's losing them a second time. That's so tragic. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Why do you have to make Shadow cry? Why do you have to make Shadow of all characters cry? Oh man! Oh man! That's just heart-wrenching. First time I saw that scene, I actually started crying. I actually started crying. Like seeing Shadow actually shed a tear like that. Like he runs on ahead, not wanting to let Rouge see him cry, and a single tear just falls back on her face. Like, that is so tragic. Oh, that is seriously tragic. He had to watch them die twice, essentially. I mean, yeah, the second time it was just fading from existence, but still, he had to say goodbye to them twice. That's just so depressing. Oh. Oh, man. What a game. What a game. Sonic Generations and Shadow Generations both. Like, the whole thing is just such an incredible experience. It's just such an incredible experience. Yeah, we were seeing Space Colony Arc and Rail Canyon now. So it's just kind of showing us the different stages that we the 6 stages we've gone to. So, alright. I will be giving my my final thoughts for the game as a whole here once the credits are over. I want to give some time for the I want to give some time for the credits, since all these people worked really hard to make this game, and it's been fantastic. Kingdom Valley, oh man, favorite stage by far. Favorite stage in Shadow Generations. Honestly, no. Kingdom Valley Act 1. Specifically Act 1. Act 2 is pretty good too. Act 2 is pretty good too, but not as good as Act 1. Kingdom Valley Act 1, I think, might be my favorite stage. Might be my favorite stage in both games. In Sonic Generations and Shadow Generation. I think it might be my favorite stage. So, But yeah, it was so much fun. It just looked so gorgeous. The whole thing looked amazing. It played so well. And yeah, there were a few times when like I screwed some stuff up. That was me. Like there was hardly any jank. There was hardly any jank to speak of in that stage. It flowed so naturally. It was amazing. Sunset Heights. I still will say that Sonic Forces is a good game. For the most part. The classic Sonic stages feel very different compared to how they feel in Sonic Generations. They feel a lot different. Like, classic Sonic does not feel like he moves the same. And so his stages are just, I don't know, they don't feel right. They don't feel right. It's not super fun to play as classic Sonic. And to be honest, I have to constantly remind myself that classic Sonic was in Sonic Forces. Because when I think of Sonic Forces, I'm mostly thinking of either the modern Sonic stages or the custom character stages. That's what I'm thinking of when I think of Sonic Forces. But it is a good game. It is a good game, in my opinion. But, yeah. And then, oh man, Chaos Island. Probably Chaos Island Act 1, probably my second favorite stage in Shadow's campaign. Like, just the spectacle of the whole thing is just amazing. And I remember that bit where you're jumping on the different rocks. It reminded me of the very first platforming section in Sonic Forces when you have to home and attack onto the different springs in order to get to the top of a hill to get the short cutscene where you get the view of the entire first island. That's what that reminds me of. But yeah, such a great stage. A lot of the stages are really good. Even the ones that I don't particularly like, I still have no problem going back through to play them again. Even if I don't like them, I'm still willing to play through. I'm still more than willing to play through them in order to get through the entire game. So, yeah, case in point, Radical Highway. Did not like this. I really did not like this in I really did not like this stage in this game. It was very annoying. It was very annoying, and the Doom Wing is very janky. Like most of the Doom powers are janky when you get down to it. The Doom Surf is pretty unruly. The Doom Morph is pretty unruly and janky. The Doom Wings are unruly and janky. They're all super cool, and the spectacle of it is awesome. I just wish they controlled better. I really wish they controlled better. But, and like, nowhere is that more prevalent that they don't control super well than in Radical Highway. That stage was, that was rough. But, we should be getting close to the end, because that's all the stages, so I'm curious what they're going to show next. Oh, yeah. Shadow in the Pod. Yeah. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, that's going to be my thumbnail right there. All right. So, that's it. That is Sonic X Shadow Generations. And what time are we? What time are we at right now? Before I give my final thoughts, we are 25 and a half minutes in. All right. Well, final thoughts. Sonic Generations still just as amazing as I remember it. I love pretty much all of the stages in Sonic Generations. Yeah, like even Planet Wisp, Modern Planet Wisp. A lot of people like to say that that's the worst stage in Sonic Generations. I personally still love it. Does it take a long time to do? Yes. It absolutely does. But it absolutely does. But I'm still having a fun time throughout the stage. Are there some annoying sections in that stage? Absolutely. There are some annoying sections in a lot of stages. But it's still incredibly fun. Shadow Generations. Now, Shadow Generations. This is the one that like everyone was super excited for. Like no one cared about that this was a remake of Sonic Generations. People only gave a crap that there was a Shadow campaign. That's it. People bought this for the Shadow campaign. I can't think of a single person who heard there was going to be a remake of Sonic Generations with a Shadow campaign and thought, oh cool, I can't wait to play Sonic Generations again. I think I'm the only person who actually thought that. It wasn't until, like, near the release date when I started to get hyped for Shadow's campaign, because I didn't know much about Shadow's campaign. I didn't really know what was going to happen, and it wasn't until, like 3 weeks before the game came out that they really started to push hard on giving us as much information as possible on Shadow's campaign. And that's when I started to get hyped for Shadow's campaign. But as soon as I first heard that there was going to be a Sonic Generations remake with the Shadow campaign, I wasn't focused on the Shadow campaign. I was like, oh cool, Sonic Generations! That was my favorite Sonic game for a long time until Frontiers came out. So I think I'm the only person to have like bought this game specifically for Sonic Generations and then got Shadow Generations as a bonus, basically. I bought it primarily so I could replay Sonic Generations. Because that was a game that I've been wanting to play on my channel for a long time, and I finally had the chance to do that. That's why I put all my focus on playing Sonic Generations first, and then Shadow Generations in this whole playthrough. I was just that excited to replay Sonic Generations again. So, but again, that's just me. I'm probably the only person in the world who had that opinion. That said, Shadow Generations is still a fantastic addition. The Sonic canon, and the story is just phenomenal. It is just phenomenal. I love the story of Shadow. I love the story of Shadow Generations. I love the cutscene. I love the cutscenes. I love most of the stages. Obviously, my least favorite stage is Radical Highway Act 1 and 2. Don't like either of those. I don't like either of those acts. I'll still play them though, and I imagine I will go back to this game. I will go back and play more of this game, and I'll probably like replay the story over and over, and I'll still end up replaying Radical Highway and the final boss. Even if I don't like them, I'll still end up doing them because it's worth it. It's worth it. No matter what my grievances are, it is still worth playing. But now, which one do I prefer? Sonic Generations or Shadow Generations? Story-wise, Shadow Generations. Gameplay-wise, Sonic Generations. If I'm going back for the gameplay, I'm coming back to Sonic Generations. Because, like, I can't think of a single stage in Sonic Generations that I actively dislike. Like, I can't think of a single one. Like, a lot of stages certainly have some annoying segments. I'm not particularly a fan of, but I can't think of a single stage that I actively dislike all the way through. I actually end up really liking almost every single stage all the way through. Shadow Generations is a little different. I like Space Colony Arc. I like Real Canyon, and I love Kingdom Valley. Sunset Heights. Sunset Heights. I like. Chaos Island. I love. Radical Highway. I don't like. Like, that is a stage that is the only stage between both games that I actually don't like. So, and then as far as bosses go, Metal Overlord and Devil Doom and Neo Devil Doom. Don't like those. I don't like those bosses. But I like the other two. I like the Bio Lizard, and I love Mephiles. That is my favorite boss fight in Shadow Generations. It's a fantastic boss fight. And for Sonic Generations, yeah, there's not a single boss or rival battle that I actually dislike. They are all very fun. So yeah, there are a couple bosses and a couple acts that I don't like in Shadow Generations. So as far as gameplay goes, I will still go back to Sonic Generations more than Shadow Generations. However, Shadow Generations does have the superior story. It is a wonderfully told story. And it's so good to just see Shadow, get more love in this game, and to really say goodbye to his past and cut ties with his past and grow as a character. And seeing him cry at the end just destroyed me the first time I played the game. Like that actually brought me to tears. That was so tragic. Let's see. What would I give Sonic Generations? Just Sonic Generations. For a grade. For Sonic Generations, it is a fantastic game, and it's hard to find things that I think are wrong with it. If I'm being honest, it's really hard to find things that I think are wrong with it. I could probably nitpick a few things, but there's nothing massively wrong with the game. It is an incredibly solid game. So I think I'm gonna have to give an A+ to Sonic Generations. Shadow Generations, if I were just basing this on the story, it would be A+ as well. But I also have to take into account the gameplay. I have to take the gameplay into account because the gameplay, it's not just the Doom powers. Keep in mind, it's not just the Doom powers and the bosses and the two bosses that I don't like and the Radical Highway axe. It's also the fact that Shadow has ice physics. Like, every time Shadow moves, he slides. And yeah, I get it's because of the shoes. I just wish that he could actually stop on a dime like Sonic can. Like, he can't stop instantly. I even had the options switched. I even had the options switched up. Let's see. Here we go. Deceleration rate to stop, 100. Deceleration rate to stop is 100. Meaning, you're supposed to. He's supposed to come to a complete stop instantly. Stop on a dime. 100 will result in an immediate stop. That's what it says. Except he doesn't. He doesn't. It's not an immediate stop. It's not an immediate stop. He still slides. I'll just be platforming, and I'll land on a tight platform. I won't even be pressing anything. Like, I'll see that he's about to land on the platform. I'll let go. I'll let go of the controller. He'll land, and he'll go careening off. Because he continues to carry the momentum and slides off. He doesn't stop. It's like ice physics can work. I'd like to think of myself as a defender of ice physics, as it can work in the right circumstances. Tight platforming is not one of those circumstances. When you are dealing with a tight platforming segment, ice physics is the last thing you want to deal with. If you're in a big open area, and there's ice physics, like an entire level just of ice physics, that can work because you can build around the ice physics. You can build bigger platforms, so that way there's a little bit of leeway when you land on them. But here, the platforming is so tight, and so I went careening off so many different platforms because Shadow's ice physics it's just too much. It's super annoying to deal with. So story-wise, I would give it an A+. But as far as gameplay, like, I'm sorry, it's not worth it. It's not an A+. I would not give it an A+. And honestly, I probably wouldn't even give it an A-. I would probably give it a B+, if I'm being real. It is very frustrating. It is very frustrating to try to do tight platforming only for Shadow's ice physics to kick in and go and have him sent flying off the platform, and then you just have to restart the whole platforming section. It takes time away. So yeah. If I were to average that out, I would probably... It does need to get a bump up for the story. Is it worth giving it an A for the story? The story is good, but it's also very annoying to deal with the ice physics for the controls, as well as the Doom powers and the Radical Highway and the two janky bosses. I'd say an A-. I would say a Shadow Generation should get an A-. The story is good enough to bump it up to an A-. So between Sonic Generations being an A+ and Shadow Generations being an A-, that averages the score out to an A. That's my final grade. For Sonic X Shadow Generations, my final grade is an A. Very solid game. And keep in mind, folks, like, I complain about the controls. I do acknowledge that some of it does rely on me. I do acknowledge that some of the screw ups did rely on me just not having the right timing. I do acknowledge that. But it also doesn't change the fact that there is a lot of jank. There is a lot of jank, and there is really tough ice physics controls that you have to deal with Shadow that you don't have to deal with modern or classic Sonic. So I still keep my grade of an A for this whole game. It's still a solid game, and I probably will continue to go back and replay Shadow Generations on my own time, because I do love the story. I do love the story, and it is worth playing the game, despite how janky the game is and how frustrating the controls can be. It's still worth playing for the story alone. So yeah. So that, with that said, that is going to do it for my review of Sonic X Shadow Generations, as well as for this playthrough. So that's going to do it for this episode. Tomorrow, I will be putting up one episode. Tomorrow, I will be putting up one episode of Power World. And then Saturday, not quite sure. I have a couple things I have to take care of Saturday, as well as a couple things to take care of Sunday. So I'm not certain what exactly is going to happen then. I may not. I'll try to put up some videos. I'm going to try to put up some videos either Saturday or Sunday. But if it doesn't work, then I'll see you. Then I'll see you guys on Monday. So, but I can say, if I don't start it Saturday or Sunday, then Monday is definitely when I'm going to start my video game month, where I will talk about my favorite video games of favorite video games of all time. My top 24, I believe. But yeah, so I am very much looking forward to that. But with that said, thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. And I will see you all in the next playthrough. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.